A pleasant welcome to Lntv News Live. I'm TAMBA with the headlines. The Liberian government makes available an initial funding for the conduct of the planned national population census. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications temporarily suspends mail services to China. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation begins rehabilitation of its main water transmission line. And away from Liberia, the authorities in Mauritius have held Italian passengers on board arriving from Rome. Those developments are all packaged. After this break, we'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the program. As part of activities leading to the conduct of the National Population Census, the Liberia Institute for Statistics and Geo-Information Services, along with its partners, have begun a 3-week training of field mapping assistance in Kakata, Magibi County. Giving an overview during the opening of the training, Legis Director General Dr. Francis Ray urged the assistants to be in readiness for the exercise despite the delay in the conduct of the census.
The census has experienced some significant delays due to untimely and inadequate funding. This is one reason why Liberia has gone beyond the nationally stipulated 10-year periodicity of census taking, as enshrined in Article 39 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia. Notwithstanding, we are still operating within the 2020 round of population housing censuses, run from 2015 to 2024, as cherished in the United Nations Principles and Recommendations for Census Taking. We base our target towards 2018, but we are still within the 2020 round of censuses. The Liberian Institute of Statistics and Geo-Information Services, for short LIGIS, in collaboration and support from Lntv, developed a comprehensive census project document and served as source for support and resource mobilization for all processes of the census taking. It is hoped that the document will assist in resource mobilization, especially from development partners, to participate in this massive project with the current global challenges. The geographic planning exercise will lay the basis for the successful conduct of the enumeration of the population. It is the first major activity in the implementation of any census under best practice.
Also speaking, an official of UNFPA Liberia, Mr. Abraham Sese, outlined some of the benefits that the census will bring to Liberia.
We have our support for partner to start this process. And this current budget year, we have increased that to $1 million. In turn, because the census is a document that is most useful to the government and its partner. And in that case, we're able to secure $1 million. It shows that all the preparatory processes leading to the full census is on the way. There are also
the census of population and housing is the largest peacetime undertaking of a government. If you are at war, war will be your preoccupation. But when you have peace, the largest thing a government can do is this activity, which we are fast-tracking beginning today. It entails going to every house, every homestead, every hamlet, every village, every town, every city, everywhere within the 4 corners of the Republic of Liberia, and demarcating all structures, whether people sleep in them or not, and all human beings whose numbers we can count. At the end of the day, It is this data that the government requires to be able to plan for the development of a country. The government cannot just go about spending money. The government needs to know why it is spending money. The government wants to make a road, but they have only $10 million. The government will have to prioritize where this road should go to. There are certain things the government will have to look at. How many people will be served by this road? What is the economic importance of the places where this road will pass through? These and other issues are the issues that the census will lay bare, so that the government, in making decisions, will take those decisions from an informed background.
Well, Ibrahim Sisida, we apologize earlier for the confusion with the clips there. But let's bring you now Arvin Kwekwe, a senior analyst at the Ministry of Finance, and said the government of Liberia has made some funding toward the conduct of the population census.
Budget we have fully, I was not much for $500,000 to start this process. And this current budget year, we have increased that to $1 million. It's because the census is a document that is most useful to the government and its partner. And in that case, whatever to secure $1 million, it shows that all the preparatory processes leading to the full census is on the way. They are also clear that for 2021 budget, there will be additional funding beyond $1 million to ensure that the census, as we have proposed in the national legislature, will have the census conducted in 2021. That we can ensure and in fact on our projects, the public investment projects, we treat the sector as one of the priority projects. So that must be noted here today. The reason for which the proposal of the extension was made is solely because we are lacking here with the census process, and as such, we needed to take up time, find resources, look for additional partners that will be able to support this initiative so that we can have this up.
Well, as the coronavirus outbreak continues in China, and major airlines flying between Liberia and China suspending flights, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications has temporarily suspended all mail services to China. Post and Telecommunications Minister Councillor Kopo Kra told the station Monday that the ministry took the actions to safeguard against incurring loss from overstayed parcels that might got damaged.
We confirmed that we made that decision, and that decision has to do with those who bring packages here for us to be sent to China. Now, when we receive the packages, we have to send them by plane. They go by air. And the fact that flights have been suspended to China because of the coronavirus, it means we do not want to accept packages from people and keep them here. Most of the packages that we send here, especially the parcel post here down in our postal section, they are full items. Most of the things are other fish product or boning, other things that Liberian will send to their people in China. Now, when we receive them, we are under obligation to send them within 5 days, 5 working. You get them here within 3-4 working days. Especially for fish product, we have to send it out. Now, if we receive it and we can't send it out, it's at our own rates. It is because of that we ordered the suspension of packages that are destined for China. This is a precautionary measure also to safeguard packages that people bring. It's in their interest to do that. It's also in the interest of the ministry so that we cannot incur liability. If we receive package from you, if we don't send it and we get damaged, we pay indemnity for that. That's what we're trying to avoid.
Minister Kra also spoke about the protective measures put in place by the ministry for its staff handling packages from around the world.
We also receive mails from all over the world. And because you will not know where the mails are from, we have introduced similar measure here right now. If you went downstairs, you will see our postal workers, those who handle those mails, are using gloves and nose masks as a preventive measure that is being taken by other postal authorities around the world. So these are all temporary measures. As soon as we can also get clearance that the coronavirus thing is under control in China, we definitely will also ease these restrictions. But they are all measures intended. If you went downstairs before you enter the building, you have to wash your hands. These are measures that we are taking to make sure that our workers are also protected and that we live within those information that are coming from the international community.
While still with protective measures against any outbreak in Liberia of the coronavirus, while the government's in buttress of government efforts in preventing the coronavirus, Oxfam Liberia Monday donated several faucet buckets and soap to the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. Making a donation, Oxfam Liberia Influencing Coordinator Aruna Kamara said it is the organization's way of ensuring the population is free from any disease outbreak.
Even though it has not, and we pray that, we don't have any positive case in country, but it's very important, and Oxfam deems it fit. So on behalf of the management of Oxfam in Liberia, we are pleased to donate 775 pieces of hand washing buckets and 260 cartons of soap to enforce and to reinforce the hand washing practice, which has been proven to be one of the major tools in the fight against Ebola. And we believe with such a practice, we will be able to keep our population very safe and free from diseases.
Receiving a donation, NFIL Acting Director General Dr. Musoka Fala and Watch Commissioner Bobby Whitfield thanked the organization for the gesture, noting it will further strengthen the country's preparedness to combat any outbreak in Liberia.
In this very public manner, all indication has been shown that hand washing is the best way to prevent this disease. It's the most cost-effective way of doing it. There are no vaccine here, there are no treatment. It has clearly been demonstrated that the more that we disease spread, either on surfaces by fomites, that is hand washing. We thank God that Oxfam has been on our first pioneer to lead this process of identifying with us. So the issue of enforcement, ensuring that this is happening across our country, is a canon responsibility of the National Watch Commission. So it's an honor and a privilege to, in this public manner, turn over to the CEO of the National Watch Commission that will ensure that whatever donation you give, the implementation is done at the appropriate places to have hand washing. Again, we publicly want to acknowledge your gesture for Liberian people. For every life we save, we look to you, and we're doing our best to protect the public. And hand washing is going to be cardinal for that. So we want to thank our partner also, and we want to actually implement the Watch Commission.
January, and we are asking Liberians across the length and breadth, not just Liberians, but residents and visitors to this great country, to practice safe hand hygiene. That is washing your hands. As such, we've already have got monitors trained to go out there, not just to see the hand washing buckets in front of your premises, but actually to enforce it, so that everybody coming at your premises are asked to wash their hands. It's going to be enforced, it's mandatory, and we are asking Liberians, this is, like what the doctor said, the best and cost-effective way of preventing virus.
By June this year, a new 48-inch transmission line to supply water to Monrovia and its environment is expected to be completed. According to the Water and Sewer Public Relations Manager, the Millennium Challenge Compact is spending $16 million for the project. Nipson Toll has been telling the station more about that project.
And is to ensure that they became fully operational. So as I speak today, exclusive of Monrovia, which is here. You see every day, you know how effective we are here. The other 7 counties or capital cities are fully effective. We have pipe and water available to people in those counties. And with support from the African Development Bank, today we have pipe and water in Kakata, Magibi County. We also have pipe and water in Buchanan, Bassa County, and in Zwerju, Jila County. That is with support from the African Development Bank. With support from the United States government through USAID. Today we have safe, affordable pipe and water in Rappasport, Grand Cape County. We have the same in Sunny Quarter, Nima County, and in Vonjaman, Lofa County. In Vonjaman and Sunny Quarter, what we have been able to accomplish through series of discussions with the missions director and through his instrumentality, they have approved the connection of over 500 homes. 500 homes, meaning people will now get water directly into their premises. You wouldn't have to go to the chaos anymore. You just open your faucet either in your kitchen or in your bathroom, and you have safe pipe and water in your homes. And in Vonjama and Sanico, the 500 homes, they will not pay a cent for this water.
If you're just coming our way, you're watching Lntv News Live, coming to you from Painesville, outside of the nation's capital, Monrovia. My name is Edward Tamba, anchoring this edition of the news program, and the top stories we're following. The Liberian government makes available an initial funding for the conduct of the planned national population census. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications temporarily suspends mail services to China. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation begins rehabilitation of its main water transmission line, and the authorities in Mauritius have held Italian passengers on board arriving from Rome. We still got more information ahead after this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Thanks for rejoining us on this program. Reports from Fula Camp, Pokpa District in Grand Cape County say inhabitants of the area are encountering major difficulties due to mining activities in that part of Liberia. Reporter Zokwe Beslo Kone visited the area, and back in studio she files this report.
The issue of safe drinking water remains a major impediment for the residents in the area. Citizens of Fula Camp said mining activities have polluted all the streams and creeks being used for safe drinking. Masa Soare, a 25-year-old resident of the town, said the women usually travel to nearby villages to fetch water. She said the situation is causing serious problems for residents in Fula Camp.
For that, we don't get no water to drink, we don't get no drinking water. We have to drink water, the other village way here, like, we can go drink, go look for our drinking water. We have to look for, if we now able to go for anything, we can go there in the village and the other bush.
Two other residents, Umu Kemu and Joe Myers, stated that the water problem is becoming unbearable. They added that there is a need for the situation to be addressed.
The good drinking water, we can't get it.
Where you can get it?
We can go pick our friend in the village.
You can't see some here. I'm not doing small thing. I see 1 hour with DK. And you're talking about water. The go boys, we are the go people that came here because they say go can. We spoil the water, we pollute it, we spoil it. There's no drinking water in the town here. No.
Well, I also caught up with a local miner, Sylvester Bao, and asked him about his involvement with Fula Camp, Pokpa District.
You don't have to pay something directly, but you have to pay something when you finish working.
When you find
something like due.
Okay.
Actually, it's just like fate, or yeah, because I don't know whether it's there or I will get it, but I just have the hope that I will have it. And then, of course, this work is a very hard job. So I don't want this job to be my career.
They have also disclosed that they do not have school in this area. The residents here are calling on government to intervene into difficulties that they are encountering when it comes to fetching safe drinking water. Sokwe Beslo Konen, Pokpa District, Grand Cape Mount County.
Brilliant. Despite the passage into law of the Gola Forest as a national park in 2016, animals and plants in the park continue to experience threats resulting from illegal human activities. As Joseph Seyon reports, conservation organizations, including Society for the Conservation of Nature, have launched a massive intervention program to stop the invasion of the national park and ensure the protection of the biodiversity.
The Gola Forest National Park, home to some of the world's endangered species, has attracted increased international attention. With those biodiversity, the park has been under immense pressure and human threats. As a result of these threats, conservation organizations, including Society for the Conservation of Nature, have embarked on a range of intervention programs resulting to the training of farmers into agroforestry in the areas of lowland rice and cocoa production, as well as groundnut and mackerel for women. The purpose of the training was to empower the local farmers on how to do lowland rice farming, groundnut and cocoa farming without destroying the forest, as expressed by some of these farmers.
First, we're thinking that it will be something that it will make us to feel bad, but now our understanding we really enjoy the project, and they really give us more help, and we want it to continue, even to come more and more.
Myself, the thing what I do now, that is in agriculture where I own. For myself, the place where I sitting now, I get the own. I said to do farming, be hard work. So the time where they been the pressure, you inside grumpy or cocoa inside.
It helping you?
It helping all.
Society for the Conservation of Nature, through its local partner, the Vanguard Agriculture Development and Management Consultancy, did not only train farmers but also train women to manage their own money.
For me, I was doing my business. I don't know my input and my output. What you will spend to get a business, and how much you will spend when you get a business, how much you will spend to how they call it, your profit. But I will not know nothing. I just doing business. What I spend 5,000 a day, I don't know. But for them, what else made me to understand. Right now, my input and my output, I know it in business. I know how much I spend and how much I get and how much going on.
Liberia's forest has a huge potential to generate revenue for the government if the necessary programs are put into place to protect the country's wildlife and forest. Joseph Sion, Grand Cape Mount County.
Thank you as well, Joseph Sion, for that report. The people of Grand Cape Mount County have been urged to unite as a surest way to achieve sustainable development in the county. Grand Cape Mount County Senator Victor Watson made a call during the groundbreaking ceremony of a road rehabilitation in Jandawende on Sunday.
The president will be happy today to hear that we are initiating a road project, because propo means friend to the poor, or you are for the poor. Those things you do to help the poor people. For us country people, road is number one. If you don't get good road, your suffering will increase. People deny us here. We are engaging this farm to market road. When we get a result by the grace of God, government will prioritize this. But if you get down here, you can't go, so it's a problem. We can do, if there's unity, we can do the work in a twinkle of an eye. How would that unity be evidence? Your effort, your support. You don't got yellow machine, you don't got money to buy steel, but when the machine working, you can pull yourself together and breast out the road. You can get the people water. You can get a decent sleeping place. You cook your little dryer, you get it small. Person get encouraged. Where we could pay, if the government expect them to cover a mine a day, they could do too. Because they are encouraged by the community. Yeah. But if you don't encourage us, we can pause your work, we'll not leave it. We'll pause it and go to those who want to encourage us. For me, I'm a politician who don't scheme. I can tell you my mind. When we came to campaign, we were clear to people that the higher your vote, the higher and quicker your development.
The authorities in Mauritius have had Italian passengers on board an Alitalia flight arriving from Rome. The authorities said anybody coming from the northern Italian regions was affected by coronavirus must either go into quarantine or return home. Alitalia says it is arranging for the immediate repatriation of all 40 passengers coming from the Lombardy and Veneto regions, even though none are showing any sign of coronavirus. In Italy, 11 northern towns are under lockdown after more than 2,000 residents tested positive. 5 people have died. Churches and schools have been closed. Milan's Fashion Week and the Venice Carnival have all been cancelled. That's all we have time for you this time of Lntv News Live. But before we let go of you, a reminder of the top stories we followed. The Liberian government makes available an initial funding for the conduct of the planned national population census. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications temporarily suspends mailing services to China. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation begins rehabilitation of its main water transmission line. And away from Liberia, the authorities in Mauritius have held Italian passengers on board coming from Rome. Many thanks to all of you for watching Lntv News Live. Many thanks to all of our reporters, correspondents, editors, and switchers for making this edition a success. On behalf of the entire production crew here at the Liberia National Television, my name is Edward Tamba. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
At tunesliberia.com.
National Toiletries Incorporated, Liberia-owned and reliable toilet